What room am I starting in? Kitchen? Yeah, kitchen. Hi guys, so this week I'm doing my video on AIDS and, what's the word? Mutability? Mutability? Or mobility? AIDS and mobility. Accessories for around the house. Yeah, Thumper's just there. Starting with downstairs in the kitchen, first of all is the microwave, because obviously it's a lot easier for cooking and things like that. You don't have to be lifting heavy things in the oven, so that's the first one for the rare occasions that I cook, which isn't often. But the next aid, I've got my talking checklist with me today. The next aid would be my electric tin opener, which it just saves so much time and effort because you don't have to try and open things up yourself. It's all magnetic, just slap it in and it opens things for you. So that's quite a good one. I'll try and leave links for things down below if I can find them. I think that's about it for downstairs, other than sort of a footstool for in the living room, but other than that there aren't any other changes. Then the next aid that I would say is we have handrails on both sides of the stairs for getting up and down the stairs, which is brilliant on days when you're really struggling. So in terms of bedroom things, we've got quite a few things for this area because that's where I spend most of my time. So first of all, we have little bedside lamps. We just have one of these on both sides of the bed, and I think this was fans. They're not lamps, it's a fan. So we have bedside fans, and this was £8 from Wilko's. Is that right? Yeah, £8 from Wilko's, and they're really not that loud at all. You can have it on at night time and you barely notice it. So when you're having that really fun no body temperature thing going on, this is really helpful. When it goes the other way, we have a electric blanket on the bed which actually splits down the middle, so you can have one side on and one side off, which is ideal for when I'm like an ice cube and you're just cooking away. So that's really good, and you can get them online most places. I think ours was from Aldi. Is it Aldi? We got it as a special buy, but you can find these things online. But that's been a definite help because there's times I need it on and you don't want it on, but we can actually both be comfortable at the same time. The next sort of thing we treated ourselves to for the bedroom as well was a mattress topper, because I just found that I don't get pins and needles in my hips quite as often with that on when compared to just the mattress itself. We also got, pointing at random things that they can't see, we got memory foam pillows, and again we both have a different sort of strength. Yeah, a different strength of memory foamness. yeah, memory foam, almost. So yeah, mine's not quite as stiff as Thumper's pillow because I don't like it where I have to wait for it to melt in. I just like to put my head on and just smush into it straight away. Kettle. The other thing that we have in the bedroom is a Onetouch Kettle, so all you have to do is fill it up, which normally Thumper does, and you literally just press it and it boils a cup of tea in about 30 seconds, but you don't have to do anything else. It just fills it straight into the mug. So the next room that we'd go into in terms of aids and helpful things around the house is the bathroom. So Thumper the other week, as you know if you watched my update video, was making a step for the bath to get in and out of the bath a bit easier, which has also got a handle on, so that's nice, and it's been useful for everyone, not just for me. So, and that was just made from 2 decking tiles so that it was our own one, because when we looked around at the prices of some of them, it was just as easy to make your own, and it's a bit more better fitted as well. The next thing that we got for the bathroom was a lightweight heavy duty bath seat. I will leave the link for that below because I'll be able to find that one. And again, it's really lightweight. It holds up to about 30 stone, so it's definitely going to handle mine. my weight. So yeah, and it just adjusts to every single bath, so it's not one of these that's set and you feel nice and secure in it. And again, especially while the weather's been awful, you've just been able to sit down and sit in a cool shower, so that's been, again, useful for everyone in the house really. Another aid that isn't really related to the room or house would be this chain. I'll do a close-up of it in a bit, and it's just a Medi Alert one, and this was from Amazon. I think it was about £18. When I did order it, I was sent the wrong one, but the guy that was dealing with my order basically got in touch the very same day and he sent me one over for free, so they were quite a good company to work with, so I definitely recommend them for that. As I've mentioned before, my Dosset box, and I've now got a bigger box because my tablet amount keeps increasing, but yeah, you can get them for the week, morning, noon and night, so it just makes organising your tablets that little bit easier, and I normally have my thumper to help me with that, so yeah, that's been quite a helpful one. I've actually kept up to date and been taking my tablets regularly now rather than just remembering every so often, so that's been quite a helpful one. My walking stick, who I've called Susan, I don't really know why I've called it Susan, but I have. And it's a nice lilac one again, that was from Amazon, and I've done it up myself. So that it's a little bit more funky, because if I'm going to have a walking stick I want a nice one. And yeah, that's just been really quite helpful. I've also got a spare foldable walking stick that we generally keep in the car for if I'm out and then suddenly I need my stick and I haven't got it. So that one was a bit of a hard one at first because I didn't particularly want to be having a walking stick at my age, but now it really doesn't bother me, and if we're going anywhere, Susan comes along with us. So yeah. The final thing this time is my wrist supports that I got given from my occupational therapist, and they're a lot better. It's almost like the hand supports you get with the splint down the middle, but just without that, so that it doesn't restrict your movements as much. And they've been quite useful. I've used them a couple of times, so definitely recommend, if you're having problems, see an occupational therapist and get something made for you, because they sort of went through a few options and things with me before they gave me that one finally. So yeah, that's something else I'd definitely recommend, is see your occupational therapist or physio, whoever, and just get something sorted properly. So yeah, future things that we're going to be changing around the house are on the front door and the back door. We are going to look at getting handles so that we've got the support, handrails, not handles, on either side of the door, just so that it's that extra little bit of support, because it's not just me, it's also Thumper's dad, and Thumper also has one or two problems as well, so it would definitely help her out. It'd just help us all. You're just punching yourself. Don't injure yourself. Eblo.
Disaster zone.
Oh no, this room is jinxed.
I have a disaster zone.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. We've also just bought, partly for me, partly for the puppy, because for some reason our dog is afraid of the dark. And it's basically an LED reactor light, so once you get to the hallway at night time, it just shines nice and bright, and you can basically see all the way down the stairs and down the hallway. And I think that was about £9 from Asda. I think it was Asda. And it's one of these, it doesn't actually come on if it's bright, it's light reactive. Yeah, it's got a motion sensor in, so that it only works when it's dark and it only works when someone passes it. So useful for all of us, because it just stops you tripping up and causing those extra little accidents really. In terms of sort of other support that we're looking at getting, in terms of filling in like PIP forms and things like that, you can actually get help if you ask your citizens advice, and depending on where you are, there are certain companies that help out with stuff like that, and it's just a big help because they are quite confusing, these forms, and I know that I struggle in terms of understanding them because my brain seems to have problems functioning these days. So yeah, definitely using Thumper and the help of others to fill it in, I just think it gives you a bit of a better chance of being looked at fairly, rather than just writing down any old thing because you don't really understand it. So there's that. There's obviously the help from the government, again, depending on where you are and different things you have. It all varies, but it's worth looking up online, things like that. I know if you go to gov.co.uk, they've got a benefits online assessment, and they will tell you what you would be entitled to and what you can apply for. So that's also worth having a look at. But other than that, I haven't really got any other aids and things, although I am always looking for different things if it makes things easier. So if there's anything you use at all, just let me know down below, or contact me on any of the other things. I'll leave all the links again in the description box. I think that's pretty much it for this week. I'm sorry it's short and sweet this week, but it's just been too hot. Thump has been ill, I've been having a bit of a flare up, and it's just been one of those weeks. So yeah, sorry it's a bit late as well, guys, but still managed to do one. So yeah, until next week then, bye. I am a backpack, like cat bike, and it's got like little bats and balls and everything on, but it actually rolls. It's one of those that you like pull backwards and then you build up attachments.